Hello, this is Kubu, and this is the post-game commentary on my match on my big game finals match against Erska Boy. I am doing a post-game commentary because I got quite frustrated during this game and games further on. I'll actually have a clip for that in one of the videos later. Just to give you the idea of what really happened. And yeah. I just decided to record this again. And this is the board from game two. And what I think I got tangled up into on this board is I don't really want to gain lost cities because they give a card to my opponent. So I have decided in my great or actually terrible ideas is to try to play with Diplomat. And I just had that in my mind that I'm trying to play with Diplomat. That's obviously not great because the ways to activate Diplomat are enemy Old Witch and a Black Cat, which they're probably not going to run because Village is quite difficult to get here. Yeah, so the Diplomat idea is just not very good. I've decided to play with it anyway. My opponent opened Exorcist Importer. That is pretty decent because it adds. Oh, they opened Exorcist Importer on their 4, and we'll see about the 3 in a second. Exorcist Importer looks pretty good though because Importer gains 5s and Exorcist trashes you estates, turns them into wisps. It makes everything nice. I decided to go with a lookout, and my idea was to go lookout Exorcist Importer, just because I wanted to get crushed quickly so that my diplomats can activate or something. Well, I'm not trying to hit 5 clearly, and my opponent is, and it seems quite important to be hitting 5 here actually with the stockpiles. Mm, and we see that estate trash. From Arska Boy. Meanwhile, I decide to have diplomats, which maybe aren't the worst, and I get the stockpile now. And this is the first unfortunate moment where my exorcist misses the shuffle, and I miss any sort of price point too, which is to be expected when you open free cards don't give you money. And yeah, now my exorcist is paired up with 4 coppers, and it's quite depressing because I cannot buy a 5. I can gain a 5, so we are not actually behind on 5s, but my opponent has stockpiles in their deck. So that means that they will be hitting 5. I guess they have one stockpile in their deck and one in exile. So maybe I'm actually slightly ahead here, actually. Words. I feel like I'm slightly ahead, or I was slightly ahead until this buy where I feel like that's supposed to be a lost city, or maybe an old witch. Yeah, it's the tragic hero. It's not going to activate. I guess okay. I did that because I was expecting to activate my diplomat, and my opponent was probably hand tracking that and figured that this hand probably has a diplomat and a lookout in it. So they should gain a lost city and disable my diplomat from being a village. And yeah, I had not trashed my estates at this point yet because my exorcist missed the shuffle and my lookout revealed coppers, so I'm trashing them now. And I'm considering getting rid of this diplomat, which probably seems correct. And although I don't think I was thinking about gaining a lost city, I think 2 lost cities looks just like a really good idea here. Or maybe Lost City and Old Witch looks pretty decent too. Considering that. Oh, did I discard? Wow, that is very clicky too. I discarded an estate, but I should know that there is an exorcist in those 7 cards, right? Not exactly certain, but sounds like it. Oh no, okay. I have 2 importer. What I was imagining, having going into this shuffle, it is really crazy to me. And I decide this is just completely my brain shutting off. I decided to take a ghost, which normally would be quite nice, I think. But there were importers in the deck, and yeah, the ghost hitting an importer is not a good thing. I guess there's only one importer. I don't. Yeah, but that's the only card. That and the lookout are the only cards in the deck right now. So it is very likely they hit this importer. Because if I hit a lookout of this hand, I'd be very unhappy. Wouldn't be so bad. Uh, yeah, I feel like taking an imp was a lot better there and just getting rid of that importer. It really didn't need the importer, and adding more draw that's not terminal would be quite nice. Anyway, um, this is a good turn for my opponent. When, well, they got to add wisps to their deck. They got to add some lost. I guess we have equal number of lost cities. They also have an old witch, which is very helpful. And yeah, they were also first players, so it's kind of natural that they could do a good turn first. I think yes, and they actually had stockpiles, so when their good turn came, they had a lot of money to use it. So that was very useful, and from now on, having after well, after spending 17 money here, every turn from Arska is going to be extremely good. My turn is looking depressing, and it's going to be even more depressing when you see this lookout being played in a second. Yeah, so this is me being slightly behind and having this dud be just, just making it miserable. Um, oh, it's 20 money. How did they get a gold? They bought a gold probably? It seems questionable, but okay. I mean, they are ahead. Yeah. And that's probably, honestly, most of the story of this game. Like, this game is going to go on for 5 more minutes. But it's just going to be me getting very, very miserable draws, and well, after this turn, getting normal draws, which is, oh, do I only have one stockpile? What's in exile? Is it? Oh, right. This doesn't reveal a stockpile. This reveals a wisp importer in a lost city, and yes, that's just yikes. I'm not sure that diplomat reaction was any good. I think I had enough terminals, or I think I didn't have enough terminals, so there wasn't a whole lot of reason to react that. But I have an importer in play, and I have a ghosted importer in play. Yeah, this is just me not thinking straight. Yes, I have two tragic heroes, right? Even not actually sure if I even have a second one. So, yes, this is just me. I guess I'm trying to get around to the shuffle. And how many pieces of draw? This is 9 pieces of draw. Yeah, it's impossible for me to get all the way around to the shuffle too. And I think what I'm hoping for is I'm hoping for popping trudging heroes, gaining stockpiles, and trying for some sort of a pile out here because yeah, I feel desperate and lost. Mm. Oh, I could look out here before the wisp, knowing that these cards are bad. Oh, they're Exorcist Importer. But yeah, and this is another extremely frustrating moment because the free bottom cards are free coppers. I just this of course this doesn't affect the outcome of the game. I'm severely far behind from playing poorly rather than bad lookout reveals. But this just rubs that salt into the wound that you just don't want to see. Yeah, at this very moment of the original recording, this was mostly the moment that made me re-record this one and the next ones as well. I threw my headphones very loudly. I swore a couple times and I walked away. Therefore, we're going to have quite a bit of a break before I angrily click away that stockpile. Yeah. Of course, the lookout should have been played before the draw card, so that I can draw a good card. But I just wasn't playing well, and this is a pretty much a self-imposed dud with three coppers being at the bottom of my shuffle and triggering a shuffle that's terrible. Actually, I'm very lucky to have a lost city in this shuffle. And I think this is the turn where Arska Boy just buys four lost cities and the tragic hero and ends the game. I think so, yeah. I think I was looking at gains, but they have stockpiles. So they have pretty much infinite gains at this point. Like, obviously, I'm not seeing the hand, so I can't really judge the decision, but this seems. Uh, oh, yeah, okay. If you have two lost cities in hand, this seemed pretty easy to just get there. Yeah, and correct ordering of the lookout. And yeah, that's the deck drawn, and the drawn deck definitely makes 20 money. So that is game two to Mr. Arska Boy in this final. Okay, yeah. Mm, and that was that. Thanks for watching. 47 money, apparently. Uh, yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!